We wanted to see what we could create with a $20 light bulb. This light bulb right here that you can buy at most stores, what we could do with a $20 light bulb creating a horror film. So let's roll that film right now.
Hey.
What's your name?
Joe-John.
What is it?
Joe-John.
Your name's Joe-John?
Johnson. Johnson Joe.
Do you want to tell me what happened here?
A fire. I don't know. I came by to check out the fire.
Well, that lady Mona said that you two were in the building when the fire started.
Yeah. But she's a liar! I don't know her. Whatever she says is a lie.
So, you're saying you weren't in that building with that
Nope.
woman?
Not I. Alright, she did it. She was like, I hate my job. I'm gonna burn this mother down. And I was like, you better not. You better not.
She said it's an electrical fire.
It was totally electrical. It was like the switches had sparks coming out of the sockets. It was like the 4th of July.
So now that you just experienced the film, keep in mind we just had one room and this light bulb right here, but just because we had everything in a minimal, it still comes with a lot of surprises. And by that, what I'm referring to is creating a story is always a process, and it's a lot of times trial by fire and learning through that process. So we're now going to dive into what it took to create this horror film and what we learned along the way.
Know the feeling of each one you're going like this.
Hi.
Don't move this hand.
I remember when I built this place. Before any of you were born.
Hey guys. So we are filming my comedy script and turning it into a horror challenge.
Why would we do that?
I think you gave us the challenge. I think it's great. I'm a huge horror fan. It was actually exceptionally hard for me to find something, but I finally found it with inspiration from Creighton. We love the movie Orange County, the fire scene.
You want to tell me what happened here?
There's a fire.
I'm actually doing a kind of an Alfred Hitchcock scene, and we're gonna see how it turns out. Hey Creighton, I really need you to get dressed for this scene.
Ready.
Bub has actually never written a script in his life.
I can write, but I don't know the general outline of screenplay, yeah, so.
But he used Celtics like I use. It's free. You can use 3 scripts for free because he never went to film school for this.
I'm thinking like a tight-end shot and Creighton's playing with the lighter. And I want him to look into the lens.
Okay, awesome.
This is my grandfather's old Zippo lighter, and it is made specifically for pipe smoking.
And tell me what your thoughts are.
I say you rehearse it with everyone first.
Okay.
I'll see what you're doing.
Okay.
And then you and I will block through it with the camera.
Perfect.
What's your name?
Joe.
Your name is
John.
Joe-John?
So let's talk a moment about blocking. Think of blocking meaning position of the actors, position of the camera.
I feel like here, I feel like be laying down sitting down.
You actually, I want you to be like, because I think it would be more intimidating when you're looking over him.
Joe-John?
Johnson.
So as a cinematographer, I'm watching what they're doing and just getting ideas of where we're gonna shoot this.
I think that I would take away the lighter from, like, I don't even know how you would have one.
Can he like grab it out of my hand?
So I want to be able to do something that would make it more real. Like when people talk, it's rarely ever that people just talk like this. Like people are usually fidgeting, doing something. Like, you want to tell me what happened here? It's a suggestion I threw out there to Bubba. Bubba as the director makes the final.
And then Bubba, do you like that suggestion or do you not?
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, anything that can be fillers, like, I think they're fantastic.
Well, that lady. Oh wait, hold on, that's not me.
Yeah. What do you guys think? What's going through your head, Dev?
So in my head, I am personally thinking, what are you going to do to make it feel like a horror film?
That's what I was thinking too.
It's kind of like a thriller.
Yeah, I think
like
it's
an
a thriller, but it doesn't feel
interrogation
horror.
I think this scene 100% can work as a horror. I just want to know, what are you going to do to make it feel horror? In my head, if you want suggestions, like I'm thinking, Creighton has to feel very like, he has to make us feel uncomfortable, right? So I think, I mean, for me, what's going to make it feel horror is going to be based on Creighton. You don't know at any moment he could do something to Zane.
For me, horror is dealing with supernatural, right, or dreadful feelings. You know, obviously just a suggestion. But what if my character's like not even here?
According to Google, I just Googled what makes a horror movie good. Think Alfred Hitchcock, and that's what you said earlier. Suspense involves creating anticipation that something bad will happen, but not knowing when it will occur.
Maybe we don't see Zane walk in, so Creighton is stewing in his thoughts, you know, and then automatically you show up and you're like, hey.
It's almost like I'm this supernatural like thing haunting him.
And so let's just talk a little bit more about it, because we're learning this process, guys, as we're creating. Like for all of us, we're learning this process and we're sharing what we're learning through that. Honestly, Bubba can go, he has like 10 different options that we all threw out, so it's probably gonna be slightly overwhelming. So now I think Bubba just needs to narrow down like 2 or 3 ideas that he's excited about.
Probably Creighton being like Zane's a figment of his imagination.
Let's just read the script to see how that feels.
Okay.
So a lot of times you're not gonna know exactly where to go. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna take one step forward, even if it's not the best idea, just to see how it plays out.
I don't know. I came to check out the fire.
You could. What about if you almost started crying, maybe? Like,
Am I
What do
gonna
you-
on this part?
obviously, I'm not prepared at all. You can cut.
Yeah.
I don't think this makes you, because I'd have the same issues. You shouldn't feel bad about this at all, Bubba, because what was I gonna say? Super, super profound. I feel I'm learning more on this episode than any other episode we've done.
Because I want to take an element of something, and that's why I took the Zippo lighter, and I was like, okay, that could be a cool element. You know, he's playing with the fire or whatever. That then I can build off of that, and so that's when it could turn into the interrogation, like Creighton was crazy or whoever was playing the character.
What if he's talking to the flame?
As I was watching Creighton perform, like I do feel we need to actually we need to make it very clear that this isn't coming from an intercom. That's important, that we're making contact with Creighton seeing something that us as an audience is not seeing. Jeff, do you have any other ideas of things that would make this feel scarier?
As the director, if you can find something in this story that scares you and build on that, I think that'll make a scary movie. Like some internal conflict in a character that creates the horrors, that like reflects an aspect of myself that I'm scared of. That's not necessarily how you do a jump scare. Obviously there's other aspects to horror, but the horror movies that stick with me and that like make it so like I stay up at night thinking, having a hard time going to sleep, it's when I focus on those things.
You focus, yeah. Maybe my when I do something and I have a justification of like why that was right, but even though it was wrong, and so that could be a type of thing.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. That's probably what I would run with in this case.
It's hard.
Why is it hard?
Because you're thinking of something in a context of humor, and why this is funny, but you're creating something completely different and making it scary.
I think you're absolutely on the right track. It just takes time to like plan these things out sometimes.
Yeah, thanks.
With that said, you have 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Okay. Creighton, the primary person that's playing the character, is going to be alone in the room. We haven't shot anything yet.
Give us a challenge. That's why we call it the filmmaker challenge. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be worth it.
Man,
I think this is good, man.
I know, but like I don't know how it's going to be scary.
Bubba, you seem stressed.
Yeah, I just like don't know how it's going to look good though.
The wider the shots you have, the less scary it is for me personally.
I don't know what Creighton's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do to make it feel scary and like.
Trust Creighton to give you a performance, so you'll have something. Because you cast Creighton as this role, so that means you're also putting your trust in him as a person.
I don't want you to be quivery. I don't want you to be like. I want you to reiterate what just happened, what you just did, and be confident in what you just did, and kind of reiterate the story or the description of what happened.
And I think now at this point, Bella, because time is running down, you go on your gut feeling. Camera spinning. Baba, take 1, or call it
Action.
Johnson, Joe. I don't know. I came by to check out the fire.
I just like think this is gonna be stupid. I just feel like I was not prepped at all. Like at all, I just was not.
Which 99% of the time on most of our shoots, that's the situation. 12 minutes and 13 seconds.
Really?
No, 41 minutes.
All right.
You love that joke.
Yeah, I know.
You guys fall for it every time.
And describe it like Ted Bundy would describe it. His killings.
Okay, alright, I like that. She's a liar! Hey.
28 minutes left. What do you guys say, Baba?
That's a wrap. Woo! I feel that
Stop moving.
I let my
How do you feel?
teammates down. That's how.
Wait, you feel you let us down?
Yeah.
99% of the time, you'll be the worst critic, because no one here is let down,
Yeah.
except for Jeff. I am happiest when I feel I'm learning, and I feel through this process, I've been learning a lot. I had 2 other YouTube channels before the 3rd one was even created and success. Like the first couple of channels, nothing happened with that. So, but if I didn't take those first couple steps and failing, I wouldn't have become where we're at today. So it's all about just taking that step of action, making something happen and learning from that. So whether it's good or bad, you're still learning, and that's like huge part of the process. So there you have it. That was our experience with only using 1 light bulb, and it was a practical light bulb, none of these fancy, special, expensive lights. Now, with all this being said, we just released pre-sales to an online course that I teach, showing the last 10 years of my experience on social media. This will definitely make a difference for anyone that's aspiring to be a filmmaker on social media or just trying to get the best image possible. So I'll have links down below in the video description to that. Thank you so much for watching. Over and out.